Hello and welcome back to Design Foundations. In the last lesson, we talked about color and how it can be used to transmit a message through emotion and perception. In this lesson, we'll talk about typography and fonts and cover the basics so you have a better foundation to use in your designs. Typography is everywhere. It's on packaging, apps, books, websites, street signs, labels, and in presentations. In technical terms, typography means the style or appearance of text. It also means the practice of working with text. When you're new at designing, typography can seem daunting, but a little knowledge can go a long way in improving your designs. First, let's define the difference between the words font, typeface, and font family. They are terms that are often used interchangeably but are actually pretty different things. When we talk about typefaces, we're referring to the types of typography styles that exist. For example, there are serif typefaces, script typefaces, and display typefaces. When we're talking about a font family, we're referring to a specific style designed as a family of fonts that are span across different weights and sizes. A font is one of the styles that make up a font family. For example, Montserrat, the Visme brand font, is a font family. This means that Montserrat Bold is one font, while Montserrat Light is another font, and together make up the Montserrat typeface. Some fonts don't have font families and are standalone. This is the case mostly with display typefaces, but more on that later. Now let's explore how typefaces are defined according to their characteristics. There are two main styles, serif and sans serif. Serif, the most classic style, has small strokes called serifs on each letter. They exude a classic charm and are often chosen for more traditional projects. You'll also find them in printed newspapers and books. Serif fonts make longer text easy to read because the strokes impart a feeling of continuity from letter to letter. Typefaces without serifs are called sans serif, coming from the French word sans, which means without. Sans serif typeface is considered more modern in relation to the serifs. You've probably seen serif fonts mostly on websites where they display better than serif fonts. Serif and sans serif aren't the only types of typefaces. You've also got display fonts, which come in various styles, like script, black letter, all caps, and a whole lot more. These decorative typefaces work better for small portions of text, headers, or designs with a graphic flair. Some display fonts have actually gathered a bad reputation when used in designs. Many designers suggest staying away from them. These are going to be Comic Sans, Papyrus, and Curls. Take your time to find the best fonts for your designs. Similar to how color emits emotion and perception, so do fonts. They have unique personalities and convey more than words. They can be casual, exotic, or graphic. It's crucial to choose a font that aligns with your message. The letters and fonts are made up of many other bits and pieces, but typography has a sort of anatomy or architecture to it. Every font or font family is constructed and designed according to a basic format and terminology. So look at the word typography and how it sits along a line with the G, P, and Y hanging over the edge. This is called the baseline, and it is the line that defines where the letters lay in terms of design, alignment, spacing, and whatever else. The two heights are X height and cap height. The X height measures the ascenders of the letters that have them, like the H here. The cap height measures the height of the capital letters. X height and cap height are different for each type family. All the other terms you see here are a little more technical, so if you'd like to learn them and much more about font architecture and terminology, make sure to read our guide linked in the course materials. A few other pieces of font terminology that you should know are kerning, leading and tracking, and hierarchy. To give you a visual of these typography topics, we'll use a presentation template for HR consultants as an example. As we've already discussed, hierarchy is a crucial tool to guide the reader's eye to the most important elements. You can do the same with typography. Capitalized letters have a higher hierarchy than lowercase letters. Strong, powerful fonts have more hierarchy than other thin, light fonts. Leading is the word for line spacing in typography. It ensures your text is comfortably readable. Default spacing is typically good enough. Avoid extremes, as too much or too little leading can disrupt the reading experience. Tracking, or character spacing, allows you to adjust the overall space between characters. Experiment with this to achieve artistic effects or fix poorly spaced fonts. And kerning is the specific space between two characters. It varies across words due to differing letter combinations, so be mindful of fonts with bad kerning, and consider alternatives if your chosen font has the issue. When using fonts in design, there are some basic rules to follow that'll help you create good visual balance as well as a message. The number one rule when designing with type is to have at most 2 fonts in one design. If you want more than one for creating contrast, play with size, weight, or style variations of the same font family to create interesting combinations. The saying opposites attract is also true for fonts. Don't hesitate to pair different but complementary font styles like sans serif with serif, short with tall, or decorative with simple. Pairing fonts is a crucial part of using typography. A bad pairing can impair any design. A good pairing will feel comfortable to read while aligning with the rest of the design and the overall message. When you design with Visme, choosing and pairing fonts is really simple. For individual fonts, browse the long list of fonts and create combinations, or you can use the pre-designed font pairs to use those. We hope you enjoyed this introduction to the basics of typography. Remember to check out all the guides we published about fonts in the course materials. In the next lesson, we'll talk about icons and shapes in design and how they affect your layout and message, so I will see you in that one.